Hi, this is Sanjana from Mockat. So the CAT 2023 notification is out, and if you're starting your CAT prep right now, if you put in the effort, you still have enough time to get a good CAT score and get into an IIM or other top B school. So let's understand what should your prep and mock strategy be so that you can crack CAT 2023 in the next 4 months. Now, the first step might be a little counterintuitive if you've not started your prep, but I would definitely recommend that you take a past CAT paper. Don't take it in a PDF form, take it in the actual way that the CAT paper would be. We'd recommend the CAT 2021 Slot 1 paper because that's a typical CAT paper of medium difficulty. You can actually jump onto Mockat and take it for free right away. When you do this as a first time CAT taker, you experience the CAT interface, the question paper view, the question paper palette, the way the timer is, calculator, all of these things. And that becomes important for you to do your best and make maximum use of all of the tech that they've given us. You'll also find your strong and weak areas. A lot of times students come to me and tell me that, hey, I've always got good marks in English. So I thought that the verbal section is going to go well, but it actually took me by surprise. Or you might think that, quant something you studied your entire life, maybe you're an engineer like me, but then you might have forgotten many of the concepts or formulae. So when you take a paper now, even in this raw form, you'll get to know what are your strong and weak areas, which sections are you scoring better or which are you finding easier. Within each section also, you get an idea. So are you maybe, doing better in arithmetic than algebra? Are you finding a particular type of DILR case easy, a particular RC genres to be easier, something like that. These are things which are very important because this will help you to customize the prep plan that I'm giving you and focus on your strong areas to boost your marks there, but at the same time also bring you up to speed on your weak areas. Once you take the paper, you should also analyze your errors. Did you make silly mistakes in quant? Did you miss some clue in DILR? Did you have maybe, vocabulary or logical reasoning errors on the verbal side? And you'll also get to know more of your test-taking strategic errors, which is that, did you get to the end of each paper? Did you just try to solve the question sequentially in quant? Did you maybe go for a tougher case in DILR and miss out on an easy one? Did you read the RCs properly in the verbal front and so on? Analyzing your errors will really help you boost your test taking strategy. Very important because cracking CAT is 50% concepts and 50% test taking strategy as well. Even if you've taken other aptitude exams, this is one of the only exams that I know, MBA entrance exams are one of the only exams where 99 percentile is less than 50% of the marks. So you'll be in the top 1% with less than half the marks. So the test taking strategy becomes really important. Lastly, this will also help you develop a roadmap from today till 26th of November. The score that you're getting in this paper will help you draw up a roadmap and make a plan of how you're getting to your target percentile, which could be 99, higher, or a little lower depending on which B schools you're targeting. So let's understand a little bit more about this and get to know what are the scores required for different target percentiles. I'll tell you the scores for both CAT 21 and CAT 22. I would definitely recommend that you look at CAT 2021 because that paper was of medium difficulty, whereas CAT 22 was tougher. There was one question which was removed in 2 slots, which necessarily meant that the marks required to score 99 percentile came down. So looking at CAT 2021, if you got 45 marks out of 198 marks, that was 80th percentile. 52 marks would have got you to 85th percentile, which will typically get you calls from colleges in the top 50 with an average starting salary of 10 to 15 lakhs. Increase your score by 11 marks to 63 and you would have got the 90th percentile. 10 more marks would have got you 95th percentile, where you're getting calls from some of the top 20 B schools, or even if you're general and with a decent profile. And 99 percentile was a little less than 50% marks at 97 out of 198 marks. So depending on what you're targeting and depending on your profile, if your profile is a little weak or you're a gem fresher, for example, you will need higher than a 99 percentile also for getting the top calls. So depending on what you want, this is what you're looking to score in mocks from, say, the beginning of November. Remember, you're not looking to score this 97 or even 52 now. You're looking to score this in the mocks that you're taking by October end or November beginning. Now, I'm also going to show you the marks for CAT 22. And you can see that the marks required for similar percentiles are actually a little bit on the lower side. Now, every year, the marks required to be in the top 1%, 5%, and so on will, of course, change depending on what others have scored, depending on how easy or tough the exam is, the number of questions, and all of that, which is why it makes sense to prepare for an average medium difficulty paper and target the marks similar to CAT 2021. So, how do we get to that 90 to 100 marks and get into a top B school? Now, if you're just starting your prep, I would recommend that August and September is prep and practice heavy. At Mockat, for example, we have over 150 hours of concept videos, 2,500 practice questions, and 4 to 5 live classes every week. And this is what helps our students to get a grip on all the concepts and make sure that they are applying the concepts in the practice questions. You will, of course, take a few mocks, past papers, and sectionals, but October and November is where you're going mock heavy and you're doing a lot of analysis and targeted revision based on your mock performance. It's important for you to prioritize both your strong and your weak areas. Your weak areas is where you need to definitely score the minimum percentiles needed, probably a little higher, and your strong area is where you can really boost your score. I've shown you my last year's scorecard, for example, where even with average scores in Quant and DILR, I was able to get a 99 percentile plus simply because my verbal score was high. So your strong area is always what is boosting you, and that's what we see in our students as well. Given that we have 4 months, it's really important to prep smart. We need to prep the key topics, the ones where we're going to get the maximum number of questions. Prepping these topics, understanding the concepts, understanding the techniques, and then practicing them will make sure that you remember the concepts, you improve your speed of solving, and you also eliminate any calculation errors, silly mistakes, and so on. You should target somewhere around 75% accuracy in verbal and as close to 100% accuracy in Quant and DILR as you can get. Again, we're not looking to do this by tomorrow. We still have 4 months. So we are going to set consistent, reasonable goals so that we can get you there. So now let's understand a little bit more about what are the key topics. So I'll start with verbal. Now, in verbal, out of 24 questions, the most important is reading comprehension with 16 questions, typically 4 RCs with 4 questions each, and another 3 summary questions. The good thing is, preparing for both of these are on similar lines, and even if you are only looking at the RC prep, that itself will help you for summary. So there's a couple of things that you do. Along with RCs, or for that matter, even before you start with RCs, you need to do a daily reading at CAT level, focusing on all the genres or topics that come up with CAT, and you need to find out what is the author's view in these articles. That's because CAT RCs are very different from what we've read so far. We'll also be having abstract topics, mostly overseas passages, and the questions tend to be inferential. Which of the following, if true, will contradict the author's viewpoint? Which of the following solutions would the author agree with? These are not direct questions. These are questions that you're able to solve if you understand what is the author's opinion or viewpoint and then solve it. Now, if you're starting now, you can head over to Mockat, join our free Telegram channel for a daily reading link and the author's viewpoint, which I prepare every day. And you also have a few free lessons at mockat.com with solved examples to help you out. And I'll put both of these in the description here so that you can take advantage of them and really boost your VARC prep. Along with this, you should also look to solve 1 to 2 RCs every day. You can start with the past papers, and we also have quizzes of the day at Mockat for free, which will give you practice material. In the VARC section, mocks and sectionals are going to help you to identify your strategy. Which are the RCs that you are finding easier? What are the question types that you're finding easier? What should you go for? That test-taking strategy becomes very, very important. And the more you practice, the faster, the better, and the higher your accuracy goes. Definitely target getting 3 out of 4 questions right. Till your accuracy is on point, don't even worry about timing. Timing is something which will come in if you're going to be consistently reading and properly solving. Accuracy is what you need to definitely work on the VARC section as well as the other sections. So on that note, let's get to DILR. Now, in DILR, CAT has been focusing much more on the logical reasoning section, and even the DI cases, right, are more of data interpretation, right? So the most important topics for you would be numerical reasoning, tables and interpretative tables, and matching. Once you're done with these, then you should also brush up on all the data interpretation topics, bar graphs, pie charts, X and Y, tables, things like these, because typically over the last few years in CAT, we've generally had one easy DI case, and that's something which you should definitely target. In DILR, Solving one case fully will give us 15 marks, which will typically get us over the sectional cutoffs for all of the IIMs. And if you're solving two cases and getting to 30 marks, that should be at least 95 percentile or higher. So that is what we are targeting, and these are the topics where you can definitely get there. Here again, look to solve at least 1 to 2 cases daily, upping it if you're finding that this is your weak area. And what will also help is seeing how somebody with a 99 to 100 percentile is actually, what's their approach, how are they targeting the cases, what is the framework that they're coming up with. At Mockat, for example, Vignesh, who's a 99.95 percentiler in DILR, has solved a lot of cases, and that's what we do in our live classes as well, or in the mock. So you'll have a lot of solved videos to look at and live classes where he's solving the case. So seeing his approach, how he's interpreting the clues, is he getting something out of the questions, what are the cases that he's choosing, these are the things which would help you to get the solving right as well as get the strategy right. Because like I said, we're not looking to finish DILR. No one's finishing DILR. We're probably looking to solve anywhere around 1 to 2 cases, especially in the beginning in mocks. Mocks will also help you to identify which are the easier cases. In DILR, different exams can have different cases which are easier, usually DI, but there'll also be some other easy case. And that is what you have to target. So I'll talk about how to analyze this and make sure that you're also giving your best in the mocks and sectionals when we talk about that. Lastly, coming to Quant, this is the part where we have the most concepts of videos. The major areas would be arithmetic, followed by algebra and geometry. Make sure you know the concepts. We've had many students who've taken about 3 or 4 months to prep and who have gotten to IIMs. So I usually don't agree when somebody says that, oh, with a few months to go, we should only be practicing questions or mocks. We don't have time for concepts, right? Many of these people that I'm talking about have been people who've been in college or who've been working. It's not that, you need to take 2 to 3 months full time and prep. You need to work hard, you need to push yourself, make sure that you're understanding these conceptually. Because the way you'll solve a quant question when it's an MCQ would be very different from your boards, where you're going to be getting marks for step-by-step points. Right? So prioritize these, make sure to understand the concepts, and then practice a lot of questions so that you are applying those concepts, you're getting there faster, and you're also minimizing your calculation errors or silly mistakes. That's also something which mocks and sectionals will help you. They'll help you figure out, make sure that you're going for the easier questions, you're targeting questions in the area that you're strong in, say arithmetic versus algebra, minimizing errors, getting as close to the 100% accuracy mark as possible, and also making sure that you're going for the easy questions. The last time IIM Lucknow set the paper was in CAT 2017, and that was a relatively easier paper. Does that mean that the paper this year is going to be easy? Not at all. Different conveners, a lot of people come together for questions. We can't really draw conclusions based on the IIM that is coordinating for CAT that year. But even a difficult paper is going to have some easy questions, and it's your job to ensure that you've definitely found the easy questions. And that is where mocks and sectionals will help you. So jumping right into what should your mock schedule be. Now, you are going to be taking some mocks and sectionals in August based on time, but the priority is more on the prep and hence past papers and practice questions. This is if you're just starting your prep. If you're following our 5-month or earlier prep schedule and you're already done with a large part of your prep, of course, you're taking weekly mocks as all our students do. September is when you definitely introduce a few mocks, maybe one every weekend, and you're also continuing with your practice questions, your past papers along with your prep. Bulk of your prep should be done in these 2 months. And then in October, we are going mock heavy, and we are focusing a lot on the analysis, finding out where we can be better, what are the sections we need to revise more, what are the areas we need to revise more, say algebra, or say we need to read more from the psychology genre, or we need to brush up more on numerical reasoning in DILR or something like that. So targeted revision is what you are getting at, and you should definitely look to take at least one sectional of each section per week. So that's about 3 sectionals per week along with the mock. You could also look to prioritize the sections that you are weak in. So if your verbal is going well, for example, you can take more sectionals in DILR and in Quant to get you up to speed. Or if you feel that your test taking strategy is not on point in Quant, maybe you're still going sequentially, practice more sectionals and make sure that you get to the end of the paper. I'll also be uploading a video where we'll be going into a detailed test strategy for each of the 3 sections. So just stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you already haven't. And you can use that to get your test taking strategy right. Very important, because this exam is where 50% or lower marks are going to get you in the top 1%. So concepts in the first couple of months and a lot of analysis, test taking strategy and targeted revision in the last couple of months is what's going to get you there. Let's look at what are the marks we are targeting. I'm giving you a target where you're getting to 90 to 100 marks, which will be 99 percentile or a little higher for a medium difficulty CAT paper. You can adjust these marks based on where you need to be. If you're targeting colleges where your average salary is, let's say, 1 or 1.5 lakh, or because of a reservation category, you need a lower percentile. Or similarly, maybe with, your general engineer, male or female with very less work experience, maybe your XATs, your profile is not that good. So you need to target a higher score for the top insurers. Just adjust these marks accordingly. Now, say in August, you're getting about 45 marks. Ideally, 15 questions would get you there because 15 into 3 is 45. But if you see here, I have suggested somewhere around 2 RCs, 1 DILR case and 7 quant questions. Now that's because this is probably also the time where you'll have a few errors. Nobody gets to 100% accuracy in verbal. But even in the other 2 sections, you might not really get 100% accuracy now. So we've budgeted a little bit for errors as well. Now, if you are improving by, say, about 1 additional question in every mock per week, you're getting to 60 marks. And you can do this by bringing in a couple more questions, maybe 2 RCs plus a couple of non-RCs, same 1 DILR case, and a few more quant questions. Typically, arithmetic and algebra itself should get you to 11 to 12 questions. So in September, you're targeting somewhere around 60 marks. Look for a similar increase in October. Maybe you have a few errors and you're looking to improve your accuracy. So you're going from a -1 to a +3. That's increasing 4 marks, right? Or if you just increase the number of questions a little bit, get to 2 DILR cases, for example, you'll get to 75 marks. Analyzing your performance, making sure you're going for the easy questions, brushing up the areas that you're weak in is what is also helping you to increase the number of questions you're targeting, your speed, as well as your accuracy. And if you continue in this vein, by November, you're definitely getting to 90 to 100 marks by increasing the number of questions a bit, but more importantly, by improving your accuracy. This is the time when you should definitely be at around 75% accuracy on the verbal front and as close to 100% accuracy in the quant and DILR as possible. If you're making a few errors, it should be because of logical reasoning, not because of silly mistakes or calculation errors at all by this time. So if you go for this plan, put in your best effort, make sure that you're prepping, you're practicing, you're taking the mocks and you're analyzing, and you're following a schedule of slow and consistent growth. You will get a few marks higher or lower in every mock, but if your overall is essentially increasing, slow and consistent or steady growth, that is what is getting you into an IIM or other top B school. So last thing, remember, start by understanding your current state. Take the CAT 2021 slot 1 paper. You can do it for free on mockat.com. Make sure that you understand all the concepts. Sign up for the self-study pack or the classroom pack if you need to. Both will give you the videos as well as the practice questions. If you feel that you need more guidance, the classroom pack is where you're interacting with me and Vignesh 4 to 5 times a week, and you're seeing how we are solving. You're getting your doubts clarified by us. You're able to interact with us, get the mentorship, get the guidance that you need to get you to these marks. Another thing which is a must to get you to these marks is the mocks and analysis. Again, at Mockat, we have a total of 100 mocks in sectionals with 25 CAT mocks and 45 CAT style sectionals. We do a test taking and analysis session for every mock. So that will help you to get the test taking strategy right, which I've been speaking about in this video. And these are the combination of things which are going to get you to a great score and hopefully into an IIM or other top B school. So all the very best to you.